So, welcome along. Got a couple of jobs to do in the van. So, one of my jobs, this is freezer. So this stays in the garage. I'll show you in the van tour, like the full layout and whatever. But this is my freezer, and it's on wheels, but you've got to lift the lid like that, but then it hits off the bed. So what I want to do is to put a platform in the bottom on runners, so I can just pull the whole freezer out. Otherwise I've got to lift the freezer out and put it on the floor, lift it back in. So the plan is to build a little platform on runners and then slide it out. That's the plan. So we have wood, well, MDF, and we have runners, heavy duty runners. That's one job, and this is vinyl wrap for the second job. Hopefully that one piece will do both jobs, because I'm going to build a table for the lagoon table. I'll explain that in a bit. So first job, let's get measuring. Right, so actually make it easier to take this out. As you can see, it's plugged into a 12-volt socket there. It's a 12-volt fridge freezer. Right, so what do we have? We have almost 22. Yeah, almost 22. Because that's where, in there is where my diesel heater is in the hot box. Now, it's 22. And how long will I need this? It's going to be about 28. So if we take 28, so 20 goes there. How's that 28 then? Right. How long is this MDF? It's 2 foot MDF. Let's have a look at this MDF. Right, so we could put, if I put a shorter piece in, rather than cut, I don't need a long piece, all I need is a platform, really, isn't it? Right, so that cut a shorter piece of this. It doesn't have to be the length of the freezer. It just has to These are the runners. Which way do they go? Come on. Oh, they're perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh, I couldn't make them any better. So they will go in there. So I put one there and one there, up to the rail there. The platform will sit on there. Job done. Let's get some wood cut. Right, so just chuck the freezer back in. I did have a pencil. I've lost it. This surprised me. So that's up to there. I need to mark that. The rails. Put a rail there. Come back in a minute. I find a pencil. Right, got a pencil. So that's where. Now, rather than cut a huge piece, like I see, it's only flat. So, if I put platform there, you can sit in there and slide out. So put it there, slide out there, lovely. So, talking about there. What would be, that's 20 and a half. It's as close to the business as I can get it. They'll sit in there, up over there. It'll sit in there and it'll come out. Perfect. I know what I'm doing now. But I won't go that far. Okay. So I've cut the MDF. So we got just a board MDF. I wasn't sure I cutting a bit of wood. And the plan was fit these in there, MDF on top of there. I've changed that. I've cut some more wood. What my plan is now is I'm going to put these on the floor, screw this to the top of there. So basically that goes under there like that. Okay. So I have two sliding platforms. The MDF then goes on top of this, and it's just give the base more rigidity, more strength. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this onto this, fit them to the floor, come back when I'm ready. Right then. So you'll see I'm using all the modern technology, the wheelie bin. So like I say, these are going to be extra supports onto there. Put these extra supports in, and then these go on and slide out like that. So make sure to put this on backwards. So that bit goes in there. And we'll measure this in, measure it, and then mark it up and get it drilled in. Okay, so all you got to thing when you put this in. So obviously that's the main board. These are just strengthened boards. That's the one. You put the screws in. So each end, I'll hide the middle, one middle. I don't know if you can see, I've shoved one right in there. Where is it? In there. You can see that in there. That's the first one in the back. I can't put one in the back, it's too far back. And then hopefully the catch doesn't catch the screw head, so you can make sure it's buried in. And that should slide over. There we go. Another one. So that's the platform. So obviously it's upside down. This will go onto the floor. This will be the other side up, and the freezer will sit on top of this and pull out. I see what space I've got. I might put a little handle on it to pull it out. Right then. Let's get this marked up on the floor and get it in there. As you can see, I've done my platform. That's the main MDF I cut out. These are the two supports I put in, and the runners underneath. So the freezer will sit in there, and the idea is it'll slide out like that. I can look what's in it, slide it back in, job done. Now let's just see if it works. So that's the fridge. Fridge is in there, big fridge. Let's see if it works. freezer. Freezer's out. Lift the top up, see what's in it. Push it back in. Job done. I'm happy with that. So you can see it's not all the way over on the wheels, but I didn't want it that far over. I just wanted big enough. The MDF was that wide. I didn't want to mess up a massive MDF board just for that. I'm happy that it's heavy enough to sit on there. Got the supports on there. Yeah, that's a good job. That's where it normally sits. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a bit of wood along here, I think, like a handle. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put like a handle, pull it out. Right then, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I found an old handle of a cupboard and just nailed a bit of wood. Yeah, it doesn't look pretty, but it's just to pull it out. So now that's sitting on there. I've put a bit of wood to back so it doesn't fall backwards, so it keeps in place. So all I do is lift the handle, well not lift it, pull the handle out. It comes out, stand by itself, and the back, bit of wood, just to hold it in place. Not going anywhere now, and opens it up without looking into it, without putting it on the floor. That's a lot better idea. It's flush to the front, door shuts, perfect. Happy with that.